Changan. It's a brand not many may remember, but they're back and better than ever. And this time around, they want you to remember that name. Now, it may not seem like it, but Changan has been building cars since 1959. Their very first model was called the Changan Type 46. And here's a fun fact for you. It was actually China's very first production vehicle. But of course, a lot has happened since then. These days, they have over 20 production facilities, making them one of China's big 4 automakers. And within the last 5 years, they shifted over 5 million cars. A truly impressive record. And this is Changan's arsenal in the Philippines. And what we have here right now is the Alsvin, the CS35 Plus, the CS75 Plus, and the flagship CS95. There's also an electric vehicle in the lineup, but we'll get more on that later. But first, let's take a closer look at what we have here right now. So we kick things off with the Alsvin, and from the outside, well, I have to say the design looks pretty modern and contemporary. You have those sharp angles and defined lines right at the front, plus that big old grille. And there's more of those lines right down the side to give it a little more flair. And the rear, well, it's just as stylish as the front. Now, there's more of that when you step inside. You have smooth flowing lines running across the dashboard. And I have to say, it's not bare in there either because you already have a pretty big touchscreen as standard. And did you know that the Alsvin is also available with stability control and a sunroof? It's pretty neat stuff. And onto the CS35, and I have to say it looks pretty big for what's supposed to be a subcompact crossover. Surely these angular lines and squared off edges sure add to that effect, and when you walk around the vehicle, that theme carries through. However, it's a contrast when you get inside. It's all soft curves and waves in there. And if you want even more space inside, or at least the feeling of more space inside, there's a massive panoramic sunroof that stretches from the front all the way to the second row seats. And before I forget, this model also comes standard with a blindside camera to serve as an extra pair of eyes. But if you want something with a little bit more flair, just check out the CS75 Plus. I mean, just look at that front end. It's pretty in your face, don't you think? And that attitude is carried all over the body with the red highlights. You have them on the front, on the grille, on the sides, and even over at the tailgate. And speaking of red, you better love that color because inside, it's all over the place. It's on the seat, it's on the dashboard, and even your door panels. Now, grabbing your attention is the dual screen display serving as your instrument cluster and your infotainment screen. And technology, well, this has loads of it. And if you want your crossovers big, well, look no further than the CS95. Now, this is a properly massive vehicle, and that bold front end sure has a lot of presence. And it's a long walk around the vehicle, but you'll explore its design and see it's a dignified-looking crossover. Now, when you hop on board, you're greeted by a lot of premium materials, and grabbing your attention is that huge multi-information display and the digital screen. And technology, well, this is the range-topping Changan, so there's tons of it. There is a 5th Changan model available in the Philippines. Now that would be the AYADO. Now it may look like a standard sedan on the outside, but it is actually an electric vehicle. That makes Changan the only Chinese automaker at the moment that offers a full EV. EV is powered by a 3-phase AC motor that gives it more torque compared to a DC motor. Now, charging up those motors are ternary lithium batteries to give it a longer range. Just how much range, you ask? Try 460 kilometers. Now that sounds impressive, don't you think? Oh, and there are 3 drive modes available, namely Eco, Normal, and Sport, to bring a unique experience behind the wheel. You don't even have to worry about the dealership network. Right now, there are 15 sales and service centers nationwide. Not only that, Changan is offering a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty on all their vehicles. And on top of that, you get free 1-year PMS or 20,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. With that, Changan is serious about leaving a good impression on its customers and reassure them with after-sales service. So set aside any biases you might have and take a look at Changan's lineup. And while you're at it, why not take them out for a test drive? Some of them might even surprise you. Now, what Changan is trying to prove here is that style, quality, and a lot of technology doesn't have to come with a steep price tag.